Alrighty, today we are working on a minor project, but it's something I've wanted to do for a long time. I got a replacement core support for the Jetta from Pick and Pull, just because my car has definitely gotten into an accident before. So stuff like the headlight buckets and where the grill attaches are a little mangled. And rather than do body work, I just decided, fuck it, core support's only 50 bucks at Pick and Pull, why not do that? So yeah, show you what I got. Ew, go back in my ear. Normal Mark III Jetta core support, has the rebar support. Also grabbed the hood latch because I couldn't remember if mine was damaged. You know, you can see like that's pushed in and doesn't line up as well as say over there, which I'm hoping this remedies. So yeah, let's get to it. That's step one. That one down here is not in because that's all crunched in down there, and then I'm missing the tab right here, so it's only these two on this side. Alright, so it's both headlights out. You actually don't have to do those because the whole front end of the car comes off with the core support. I just kind of, you know, wanted to take stuff apart, show damage, so stuff like that. So there's two 10mm bolts here, two 10mm bolts here, and if your car hasn't been mangled, there's also an 8mm bolt right there. Next thing comes off is the hood latch, which that's just two 10s. Ah, Jesus, who put this on last? Oh, it's me. Alright, so once you get the hood latch out, this part, this backing plate thing, can just generally slide away. You can get that little ball end out of that slot right there. Yeah, that takes two hands, so I'm gonna do that. Yeah. So this little ball end slides into that little clasp in there, and then this plastic part slides into another piece. Now, if your car hasn't been messed with, the hood cable will come out here, and you'll have to disconnect it from the other end to get the front end off. In my case, someone was kind enough to route it back wrong, and I just put it up here. There is, right in here in these two slots, there are two 13mm headed bolts. On this side, if you have fog lights, you're just gonna have a little middle dummy cover. The wiring for the horn has to get detached because it's part of this front wiring harness, but they are not attached to the front bumper. They're attached to, well, the rest of the car. There's a temperature sensor on the front. It's that little gray thing. So yeah, so that's the outside temperature sensor, so that has to come off too. Okay, now with all those out, in my car at least, the front just kind of comes off. So here we go. Front end's off, and we can get to swapping everything over. So here you can see some damage that won't be going away. I'm pretty sure that these two bolt holes still line up with where they should factory. I might try to see if I can bang the top end of this out, but I don't think that the rest of it's actually damaged. I think it's just the top that's a little crunched. All right, so we got most of the wiring harness swapped over. This one was actually nice because I actually had most of the clips and pins needed. So that's nice, having a properly routed wiring harness. All right, so we got all four of those down. Those four gotta go down. I just can't find my 10mm socket. I am sweating buckets. It was on the socket wrench the whole time. Whoops. Got it. Let's drop it right back in again. There we go, hood latch is on. Now we just gotta put front bumper cover on the bumper, swap over headlights, do all that. I also got rid of the gloves because they held in so much sweat that I was able to fling sweat off my hands, and my fingers are all pruny from sweat. Gross. Oh, we're making good headway with this. A little bit more to go, and I'll have a nice, well, nice-ish looking car. Nicer. It'll be fine. One thing that's nice about having the front bumper off is I don't have to do weird contortionist tricks just to get wiring harnesses back on. I do have to figure out which wiring harnesses are which though. Alright, so horns are both plugged in. The rest of that wiring harness is on the front bumper. Gotta get, oh yeah, this requires 2 hands. Gotta get all 3 of these bolts off. On my car, this is these 3 are the only thing that holds on the bumper cover to the bumper frame. If you're a responsible adult, you have another bolt and nut combo here, and another one here, and one way up front there. But on mine, I just have these 3. Okay, so all 3 of those are out. I'm also going to take the opportunity to take this splash guard off. I yanked out my fender liners, so that way I could roll my fenders the wrong way and, you know, not have them rub as much. But because there's nothing for these to attach to, they just kind of literally flap in the breeze. So they're coming off. Goodbye, broken core support. All right, so we got 1, 2, 3, and then I actually put 4 and 5 down on the bottom. There's actually technically more, but who cares? I don't. I'm actually most excited to have all of the headlight mounting bucket line up. That's exciting. And yeah, to just, you know, not have a damaged hood latch. Just, you know, little things. This used to be a pickle jar. Delicious. All right, got all the wiring connected down here. Time to slap in the headlights, slap in the grill, and we're done. All right, so that headlight sits in a little bit better. I mean, my main thing is I'm happy to have at least 3 bolts holding it on. It's missing a tab on the bottom, so I think if I got one that had the tab on it still, that would probably push it out to here. Oh yeah, that would be way better fitment. So, I don't know, maybe we'll get another one online at some point, because this one's also got a crack in the lens too. If you can't tell, I'm in the Ranger, and holy fuck, it's hot. I wanted to keep the windows shut for audio quality, but oh, fuck that. All right, so I'm in the Ranger. It is day 2 of replacing the core support. Basically, this new one, I can't get the hood to latch. No matter how much adjusting I do on the hood latch itself and the hood doesn't go low enough to actually latch. And at the point where, you know, it's almost latching fully, the edges of the hood are below the fender line, which isn't right. So that's a little odd. So my plan is to, honestly, I think I'm just gonna say fuck it and just run hood pins, because why not? I'm gonna go drive. I don't have anything fancy to take you guys with me on the drive and do one of those fancy things, but yeah, I'll, you know, whatever. All right, so trip to Harbor Freight was, I wouldn't say unsuccessful, but didn't get what I came for, because apparently they're phasing out the drill that I bought like a year ago. Is like the, you know, cheapest possible one you can buy, so they don't really carry the battery charger for it. So instead, I bought this. Yep, went for a charger, left with a whole new drill. So yeah, I'm great with money. Alrighty, so success. We got some AutoZone special hood pins. Can't wait to put these on the car and make it look as janky as possible. All right, so we're back outside. For now, I decided to use these already existing holes in the core support. This actually saves me from having to measure, and they're, you know, already existing. So yeah, that works pretty well. All right, so put a little bit of all-purpose grease on the tips of these, just so when I close the hood, it'll make a mark and I can see where I'll need to drill. All right, so we got 2 kind of terrible pilot holes drilled. Now I just have to take the 1-inch bit and drill a hole directly through that. And yeah, then we can get these hood pins through, get them adjusted, and then I'll be able to drive this car again without fear of the hood flying up. So that's done. Like everything else in this channel, this looks great from 20 feet away. And that's how we're gonna keep it. Those holes are terrible. That hole's really terrible. There's metal shavings everywhere. But hey. So yes, that's the 2-day process of how not to install a core support or swap out a core support on a Mark III Volkswagen and end up just saying fuck it and installing hood pins instead. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one where, who the fuck knows? I have more facial hair. See ya!